Okay, so I should be looking at. How come I don't receive it? Okay, let's see. This is the one. Okay, then of course you check the one with expression can delete or cannot delete denominator. Hmm? Okay, good. Check for that also before I check. So when you think you are ready, then just let me know. Then I'll just. Okay, so the problem with this is this. Okay, so I think you can do it this way. You see the leg. So the leg is like this. Okay, so hold on good. Okay. So maybe you want it to be this way. Okay. Maybe later I tighten it for you. Yeah. Okay, good. So, maybe it's raining. I collect clothes. Okay, good. So, uh, I was talking about what? I was talking about. So please check that if you have questions like this, okay, what you need to do is you have to add a bracket right after the minus sign. So this is the most common mistakes among students, including you. Okay, and then the second thing you should always check, okay, after finishing your papers, then is if you are given this. Okay, so what you need to do is you sub in with the bracket. You sub in with the bracket because it's negative, right? Okay, and then of course the third one I talked about just now is the for the expression. Yep. So you cannot delete the denominator. Okay. So these are the three common mistakes among, I think, less than 10 that you have to check. Okay. After finishing your mathematics homework or your mathematics papers. Okay. From today onwards. Okay. So let's look at the first one. Write down a number less than or equal to 20 that fit the above statement. It's a product of two different prime number. So you list down the prime number first. Okay. So what the number that less equal to 20 product or two different. Okay, so you write down the first few few prime numbers. Okay, so you start with 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, no, 11. Okay, just write them down first. Okay, so what is the definition of prime number? What's our definition of prime number? Can you tell me?
Numbers that
Mm.
can only be divided by one and itself.
Okay, one more. Two statements. Short and sweet. One and itself. Okay. The other one.
Numbers that
So one and itself, and then two factors. Okay. So in fact, you should start off with the prime numbers, two factors. Okay. Then, which are the two factors? One and itself. Okay. So short and sweet. No need to tell me what divisible, all this. Okay, I know. Maybe the definition, the official definition is what is divisible by one and itself. We don't need those. Okay. We don't need those superfluous details. Okay. We need the accent, okay, the essential stuff,
Okay.
okay. So the essential stuff is two factors, one in itself. Can you see or not?
Yes.
Okay, if you cannot, I suggest you can take this seat, then you can see from this direct. Okay, so two factors, one in itself, prime numbers. Okay, simple, short. So once you list down, right, this the first few, right, then you can see that it's a product of, write down the numbers less than or equal to 20 that fit. So this times this 6, this times this 10, this times this 14. Okay, then you have 3 15. This one over already, then okay, continue to be over, so very good, 2 marks. Okay, so the most important thing is you need to remember the definition of the prime numbers. Okay,
Okay.
so what is our definition of prime numbers?
It has two factors.
Yeah.
And it can only be divided by one and itself.
Very good. Okay, two factors are divisible by one in itself. Simple, short. And then express, okay, this one is the super simple one. So what you can do, right, in fact, once you get this, right, you can use your calculator. Can you use your calculator? Have you double checked this answer? You can actually use this. Can you use the calculator and double check it?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, so that's the way you can guarantee yourself to get this 1 mark. Okay?
Okay.
So next. So like I say, you are here to make progress, to improve. So next. So it says distributed rulers. Okay, calculate the largest possible number of students in this class. Okay, good. Very good. So basically you find the what? HCF, right? Okay, highest common factor. Find the number of rulers that were given to each student. So you just divide by this. Yeah. So divide 50 divided by, oh, this is 450. Okay, so yeah, please, you use your liquid paper, somehow you liquid away the 4, so it looks like a 1 to me. Okay, so just bear in mind these mistakes. Okay, good. So another 2 marks. Okay, very good. So you have no problem with HCF, LCM, and then the prime factorization and plus the prime numbers. So your knowledge for this topic is solid. Okay, which is good. Next, the temperature. Okay, so okay, there are a lot of people who make this mistake. Okay, so I want you not to make this mistake. So what is this common mistake here? Let me just zoom in. Can you see the question clearly? Okay, so it says the temperature in New York is, okay, New York is -3 degrees Celsius, and then Moscow minus, okay, so write down how many degrees colder it is in Moscow than it is in New York. So okay, a lot of students, right, they don't know whether it's minus or plus, or which one minus which one. So this is always the common mistake. Okay, this is always the common mistake, whether should I plus them, or should I minus, or should I take -8 minus the -3?
Because they're asking
Yeah.
for how many degrees colder it is in Moscow than it is in New York.
Okay, so no problem. So how do you avoid making mistakes like whether it should be plus or minus, or which one minus which one? Okay, the simple, no. Okay, so maybe we have not talked about it before, but from today onward, to find the difference, right, you should draw the number line. You have no problem drawing the number line, right? Do you have?
No.
So this is the number. Oh no, this is not 0. So you have 2 arrows. Okay, why? This shows that it will go on. It goes on and on to the positive direction. This one shows that it goes on and on to the negative direction. So you need these 2 arrows. Next, then you have the 0 here. Okay, the 0 somewhere in the middle. Okay, so not in the middle is fine. So it really depends whether you need more negative numbers or you need more positive numbers. Okay, so in this case I need more negative numbers because I need to label negative 3 and negative 8. So I start with negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8. Okay, of course I don't have to label more than that because I don't need them. Okay, next label 1, 2, 3. So I really recommend you to use a ruler. So when you use a ruler, right, you can actually measure here is 1 cm. Okay, so it's easy. Every gap is 1 cm, 1 cm, 1 cm. So you just use your ruler. It's so much easier to scale this. Okay, then the next thing you do is, so you just label the negative 3 and negative 8. Okay, so what's in fact they say how many degrees colder, right? So degrees colder means what's the difference lah, right? So what's the difference? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. So 5 units. Okay, or 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, so 5 degrees Celsius colder. So does it make sense? So you don't have to make mistakes like, you know, some students, right, they just don't know, okay? They don't know whether it's plus or minus or which one minus. Let me tell you why. Minus 8 minus 3. You will end up with minus 5. And then minus 5 is wrong. Okay? Okay? So a lot of students, right, they don't know whether they should take the minus 3 minus the minus 8 or they should take the minus 8 minus 3. So I can kind of empathize with students. Sometimes I also make mistakes. So how to avoid making such a mistake? Use a number line for difference between two negative number. Very easy, right? You just, okay, first thing first, pinpoint the negative 8 and pinpoint the negative 3. Okay, so just ask how many units they are away from each other, right? Over is 5, right? So it's 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, then you don't have to make mistakes like whether it's plus, minus, or this one minus which one, right? And no such mistakes. So next, New York is 10 degree warmer than Canada. Okay, New York is 10 degree. New York is minus 3, right? Right. So 10 degree warmer. 10 degree warmer means this what Anchorage is colder, right? So you should go more negative or you should go more positive for Anchorage. Yes, because this is considered warmer. Negative is considered warmer. Even though negative 3 actually is quite cold already. Minus 0 degree ma. But that one is even colder like in a way. So you have to go 10 unit lah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like you have to extend this in order to fit that one in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's negative 13. Very good. Okay? So a lot of students, once again, they don't know whether it's minus or plus. So how do you avoid making that mistake? Just use the number scale or number line. Can? So next time I want to see you use the number line to solve these temperature questions. Can or not? Oh, by the way, the number line for temperature can be vertical also. If you look at the thermometer, right, generally the thermometer is vertical one. So there are 0 degrees here. Then of course this is minus 1 and minus 2, you know, then on and on and on. Okay, so this is another way you can solve. Okay. Okay, next. So yeah, write down the following starting with the smallest. Yeah, so you get it into the decimal number first. Then you write the original format. Okay, you write the original format. So this one looks good to me. Okay. Then write down the rational number. Very okay. Your this is good. Your integer need to split one more time. You branch out to. Can you show me how your integer can branch out to?
Negative and positive.
Yeah. No, three of them.
0.
Yes. So you write the 0 in the middle. So basically for your this integer, right, you should branch out to positive in 0 and then negative in. Then now you just fit. So 3.14 is the not natural, sorry. You have fraction, you have integer. What's next? The branch rational, under rational.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fraction, integer, and not natural. What's that word? So you have fraction, you have integer. What you have not covered? Decimal. Quite easy to think of, because fraction, next you think of decimal, because fraction and decimal they are interchangeable, right? Okay, so in a way I will say that your this your this I will say real. So on top here is not numbers, on top here is called real numbers, okay, so I have to correct your this real number 3. So you need to know this real number 3 very well before you can solve questions like this. So seems like you still have problems with the number 3, real number 3. It's called real number 3. Okay, so this is excusable. Okay, but next time, hopefully you don't make the same mistake again. Okay, I say is I really think that this real number 3 is very simple. Real number, rational, irrational. Rational split to 3: fraction, decimal, integer. Or you can put it in, let me, the order of it is it does not matter. Okay, then after the integer, you just split to positive in, 0, and negative in. Then now we can solve the question easily. Okay, so it says write down the rational number from the following set. So 3.14 is under decimal, right? Right? Then 0. This one is 810. This is under the decimal also, but this one is under the decimal. 810. So the 8 on top, nothing. Okay, then the pi is under what? Irrational, right? Then this one is under this one. What do you get? The 4, right? If you punch the calculator, you get 4. 4 is under integer, so positive in. Okay.
Okay.
So this one is 9, right? Yep. So you under this. Then this one is what was the value here? The cube root, not square root.
Negative 2.15443469.
Okay, so it's there is no pattern, right? Then there's no pattern, then irrational. So you can see that this 2 is out, the rest should be all in. Okay, that's why you get these 2 marks. So even though your real number 3, right, is not totally right, okay, so you still get the mark. But I will say it's the best you can remember the number 3 correctly. Okay, then you try to fit all this number into the 3, and then later you just read it off the 3 and then give them the answers. Okay, without the 3, I think it's a bit hard to decide. Okay, so the real number 3 is very important. Okay, next. So far so good. Okay, so over here, this question you keep getting correct already. So I don't think I want to talk about the estimation one. Yeah, the estimation one you are pretty good. So I don't think I need to talk about much. Okay, this one estimation also I don't think I need to talk about much, because you always get the estimation question correct. So it's okay. Very good. Round down, so it's an underestimation. Very good. Okay, here comes the real stuff. So once again, did you notice that you sub in the value without putting the bracket? Right? Did you self-correct?
No, not for this one.
So this one. Okay. Why you okay, this is what?
It's -1.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you here is what? You keep making the same mistake again and again, right? It shows like something is not right with your mindset. Do you have any mental problem? Because it doesn't make sense, right? Because students generally, if they make mistake once, they will try not to make the mistake second time. It's just like, okay, over there, if you walk straight, you will hit your head. So there is a bar here, okay? So you hit your head, wow, it hurts, right? Second time, oh, it hurts. Third time, do you think you will hit your head again?
Yeah.
You either dodge, walk past, or go the other path, right? So it's the same thing. You are doing the same thing. You don't think that you don't think that you get this wrong, you don't get penalized. You know what? First, you get penalized by not having this 1 mark. Okay? Second, if you lose this, let's say you make a mistake during the exam and you lose this 1 mark, and then maybe because of just 1 mark, and then you cannot progress. You cannot get promoted. Think of the repercussions after that. Fail, what happened? See your parents. Maybe see your parents also cannot help. Sorry, we don't have the normal stream for you. Out of my school. Out of your school, find another school. Find another school, then make new friends again. You think of the repercussions. Just because that you refuse to listen or you refuse to remember. I just have to make sure that I don't make this mistake. I don't have all the second order, third order, fourth order, or fifth order, or many order of repercussions. It's like you hit your head, bleeding. What you need to do? Bandage, right? Or first, clean the wound first. After cleaning the wound, plaster. Plaster look ugly. These are called multiple order of repercussions. You just have to do one thing right. Don't hit your head. You just have to do this one thing right. Just when you sub in a negative value, bracket. That's all. There won't be repercussions. Why make your life hard? It's because of this. You refuse to do things right, many repercussions. Maybe your mom get agitated. Maybe your mom get agitated too much and then just want to beat you up. You think of the repercussion means consequences. You think of the so many consequences down the line. Just because that you keep making the same mistake again. And by the way, this is not the mistake we never talk about. If this is the mistake we never talk about, okay, excusable. It's just like, oh, you there is a bar here and then somehow you are not informed and then you hit the bar. Okay, the first time I think excusable. Why can't you just make things right once? And then we don't have to talk about all nonsense. Right? And by the way, this mistake is just a small representation of your life. Your life attitude. I'm not talking about mathematics. Your life attitude. You refuse to listen to advice. Or maybe you listen but you refuse to take them to heart. I was a student. Whatever my teacher asked me not to do, I stopped doing those. Because I know that if I stop doing those, my life is peaceful. I don't have to face so many consequences. Being scolded lah, being beaten up lah, or even kicked out of school. Or maybe other classmates, they get promoted and you are the one who get retained. But first thing first, do you know how shameful it is to get retained? your classmates, they progress to Sec 2 and you are in Sec 1. Or unless you tell me, okay, I wear mask, they can't see me. Can you take the shame or not? Can you take that shame? Can you take that shame while your classmates, they all get progress and then you are the only one who get retained? Can you take the progress? I mean, can you take the shame? Can you take that shame?
No.
Then you are not that 100% level. Like, every mark counts. If you lose 2 marks here, lose 2 marks over there, like just now the question minus sign bracket, that one maybe 3 marks, lose 4 marks. 4 marks is 1 grade. By the way, 5 marks is 1 grade. 5 marks is 1 grade. You don't know 5 marks is 1 grade? You see, you don't even know. A1, 75 and above. A2, 70 to 75. B3, 65 to 70. So every 5 mark 1 grade. Okay? Every 5 mark 1 grade. And just because that you keep making the same mistake, you lose what? At least 1 grade. At least 1 grade. Okay? At least 1 grade. I'm not talking about the rocket science question. That means the long question. The long question, sometimes you don't know how to do one. Easy one you don't get. Long question, do you think you can get? I doubt so. I doubt so. Huh? So you better fix yourself. You better fix this problem. Right? We're not talking about rocket science here. We're just talking about simple mistakes. Sub in, bracket, negative, bracket. Negative always bracket actually. Actually, when you see negative, right, it's like a siren, like the like that already. Bracket. Term 3. So we have been talking about the same thing again and again until today. You have not fixed it. Do you agree? You have not fixed it? Do you agree you have not fixed it or not? Okay. You don't want to fix it? By the way, after term 3, if you cannot make it, I will quit teaching you already. Okay, I already let your mom know. I say the best I can do is let's see the performance in term 3. If she still cannot make it, I will quit. It means I don't see you anymore. Okay, so if you refuse to take my advice and you still keep making the same mistake again and again, it's okay. I can choose not to see you one. Okay, right? So of course I don't see you, you also don't see me lah. So maybe it's better for you also. Then you find another teacher. You go and find another teacher, or you want to like give up also. I don't mind. Okay, so my time and your time, term 3. Term 3 is July, August, September. Yeah. So September is our deadline. Okay. So I will see whether you get 70 plus or not. If you get 70 plus, continue. If not, I say bye bye to you already. You also can say bye bye to me. Okay. So I can better focus on my family already. Right? I don't have to spend time like this. Okay. So you also don't need to come to my house for extra lessons also. Okay. So you better think about that. Okay. Good. So this kind of question, this kind of answer, I mean this kind of question I cannot help because you refuse to listen. Okay? When student refuse to listen, I will just sorry I cannot teach you. I find another student. Okay? Next, this one. So very good. Okay? So you just have to do the factorization. This subtract the sum. So once again, subtract the sum means minus. So I see that you split them, okay, which is quite good because when you split them, then only you can remember the minus sign. Okay. Okay. Without the bracket, what happened over here? If here you without the bracket, wrong. Minus bracket. Right? Next. If A is equal to this, so basically you sub in A long. You sub in A, then oh, still so complicated. Let me see. Okay, good. This is 2y, this is 2e, this is 2. Okay, this one is wrong. Do you know why it's wrong?
Why?
Okay, good. So hold on. Square, right? So first thing first. You think that the square just go in like this, is it? That's what you think, right? Okay? Can I ask? If you have times 3, you use the first arrow, the second arrow, third arrow. That's for times. But here is square. Okay? This is square. And can I ask you one question? What's the meaning of square?
Times the same.
Itself, right?
Yeah.
Itself, right? Okay, so what you need to do, that's the first thing you should write down. That's the first thing you should write down. Okay? Then of course, then next, then you will see that there are many arrows after this step. By the way, this question you get it wrong, excusable. Okay? There are questions that you get wrong because it's your first attempt, it's your first experience, excusable if you get it wrong. But there are questions that, like this, inexcusable. Okay? Please take note what is excusable, what is not. So once you write this down, right, they times each other, right, then you start to see what? You start to see that you're going to end up with a lot of arrows. Okay? But it's good that you end up with a lot of arrows. Do you know why? Because it has to be. It has to be because there are many terms. So what I suggest my student to do is do this first. Okay? Then use another one. This is for the 2z. Then last one, let me use a different color for the 2x. So how many arrows you see? 3 black, 3 red, 3 orange. Let's call it orange. So basically I should see 3 blacks, 3 reds, 3 oranges. So you have 3 terms, you have 3 terms, you have 3 terms. So you end up with 9 terms. Yep. Yes. Okay? If you expand them. Okay? That's the answer. Okay, so I'm not going to I don't think you will encounter this question, but if you encounter this question and then this question is to differentiate the maybe the 90% student from the normal students. But if you don't get this one right, I'm fine, just 1 mark. Our target is 70 to the 80 range. Hopefully we get 80 plus. Okay, so you still have plenty of marks to so-called a lot of I call this wiggling room. Okay, you have 20 marks. Okay, so this 1 mark for the moment just ignore first. Focus on what you are good at first. This one, something new, ignore. But you must be able to do this one. This one is 3 term times 3 term. You must be able to do this. This is 2 times 2. So this one, what's the first arrow? This question,
Times x.
which is 2x squared. Okay, what's the second arrow?
X times y.
Yep, 2xy, right? Then another one,
2y times x.
plus 2yx plus 2y squared, right? Then these two you can add together, so it's 2x squared. This one, they are the same, so it's 4xy, and then plus 2y squared. So for this question, you need to get it, because this is your level. That one is slightly more than your level. That one is for the 90% students. If you want to be a 90% student, yes, go and figure it out. 9 terms. If you say, oh, I don't want to do that question first, I want to do the rest, okay, focus on the rest. Okay, we are not aiming for 90% at the moment. Okay, good. Next. Okay, once again, given that x equal to 2 is the solution to this, find the, so basically you sub in the 2 lah. So what if I give you negative 2 leh? How will the negative 2 change your this question? If I say x is equal to negative 2, can you use a pencil and do it over here with negative 2? Can you use a pencil so that you can erase? Yep. So x is equal to negative 2. So what is your answer P? Can I look at your first step after you sub in the negative 2? Do you think you're correct? When you sub in negative 2, what you do?
Put in negative 2 times negative 2.
That's the mistake. When you sub in negative value, what you do? When you sub in negative value, what is the thing you always make mistakes?
Replace the x with negative 2.
Look at the previous question that you make mistake. That is inexcusable. What was the mistake here? Just tell me what was the mistake. Bracket what?
Bracket negative 2.
Okay. So what you need to do here?
Bracket negative 2.
Please do it. You bracket negative 2, but you miss out the thing in between. And you miss out the thing in between the 4 and the negative 2.
4 doesn't make.
So what? Yeah, but I'm not. I see you missed out one thing between the 4 and the x. What's in between 4 and x? 4x means what?
4 times negative 2.
Yeah. So can you label? I mean, can you label clearly? It's 4 times. What about here? 3p here. Yes. That's the meaning. So when you sub in negative value, what you need to do next time?
Put bracket
Bracket what?
the negative number.
Exactly. So once again, stop. No need to do. I just want to see whether you remember when you sub in a negative value, whether you put the bracket or not, and you did not. We are not talking about rocket science. We'll keep talking about the same thing. Negative number, sub in negative. Put a bracket. Negative bracket, negative bracket, negative bracket. So this negative number, put bracket, it should be ingrained in your mind already by now. If other students they forget, I excuse them. You, I cannot excuse. Because we have been talking about this same thing since day one. Okay? Okay? If next time you sub in a negative value, you don't put in the bracket, you get it correct, the answer maybe is correct, I will still mark you wrong. Okay? Because the practice is wrong. The practice is you sub in a negative value. You know what's the meaning of sub in? Sub in means you replace. Okay? Bracket that. Okay?
Okay.
So next. Is this the one that you forget the bracket?
Yes.
Where you put the bracket?
Here.
Here, right? Very good. So that's it.
The answer in the end was minus negative 0.4.
Okay. Okay. As soon as you make the, as soon as you remember to put the bracket, things are safe already. Like I said, you have no problem with concept. Operation like minus times, yeah. So once again, times plus, which one go first? Times plus.
Times
Okay. Bracket times plus.
bracket.
Okay. So you have no problem with operation. Your problem is negative bracket. Okay. Then the rest is okay, this is 1/4. Very good. Okay, good. So express the number of students taking German and Japanese. German is percentage, right? 1/4, 2/3 add together. This is a fraction. How do you convert fraction to percentage? You tell me fraction convert to percentage, you just write it here.
No, but cannot convert.
Okay, what's the step to convert first? You need to show me the step first. 2 mark, you need to show me step.
Fraction
Yep.
times 100.
Then what you get?
91.666.
Very good. So what you are supposed to give me then?
Round up.
Why round up?
Because 6.
Why can't you give me a mixed number?
Percentage.
Percentage can't be mixed number. Can you give me a mixed number of this number?
91 2/3.
Yeah. Can you write 91 2/3? Is 91 2/3 acceptable? Compared to your 91.666,
Yes.
which one is better?
91 2/3.
Yes. Okay. So this kind of mistake is okay. So your 11 12, right? This mistake is inexcusable. Okay. But if you give me 91 2/3 or 91.666 or round up or 91.7, okay, but I prefer this because the most exact one. Okay, so you are talking about you don't know how to convert fraction to percentage, are you? We talk about this P6. This is a P6 idea. Okay, by the way, from term 3, that means from now onwards, I will test you anything before term 3, meaning P6 P5 I will test you because your end of year or term 3 you have no excuse. Anything before you will be tested. You cannot say never learn, forget, or P6 material. No. Just like O level, you will be tested Sec 3, Sec 2, Sec 1, or even P6. You cannot say I cannot remember. Okay? So just conversion. Next, there are 300 students taking a third language. You need to find a number of students taking French. So French is 112, is it? How do you get 112? I don't see how you get 112.
Because 360 divided by 240 divided by 360 is 2/3.
Yes, I get this. I get this 2/3. Yes, I get this 1/4, but I don't get the 112. How do you get 112?
1 minus 11 12 equals to 112.
Okay, good. So basically, this is one whole, right? Yeah, just minus. Okay, good. Okay, then it's 25. Okay, nice. Okay, please show this 2 mark. Okay, 2 mark means you need to show complete workings, not skip. I talk about it. Never skip any step.
Okay.
Okay, for your level means your this standard, your standard not sec 1 standard, your standard is not advisable for you to skip any step because for your level you can't skip any step. When you next time when you reach a certain level of mathematics competency, maybe you can, but for your level cannot. Okay, next, remember this one, you can give me in mixed number. So no, as it depends on how many students took up third language in first. So sometimes there are more students take up French in school. I don't quite understand your this.
Like if the total of people who took up third language in school B
Mm.
is lesser than the people who took up third language in school A,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
if
Mm-hmm.
French takes up like I don't know how many percentage of this school B, but because school B like there's lesser people who took up third language.
I understand.
more
Okay,
than-
good. So you see, by the way, we are talking about mathematics now. So mathematics requires short answer, not long-winded. Remember, English comprehension, you can give long-winded answer. For this one, short, as few words as possible. But must answer the question lah. So in a way, you might be saying, okay, even though school A and school B, the chart here, French in school B looks bigger than the chart in school A. Okay, but I don't know the actual number of school B. So therefore, I can't tell whether there are more students taking up French in school B. So to sum it up, okay, in short, right, is the number of school B, the number of students in school B is not known, so I can't tell which one is more. Okay, number of students in school B is not known, so I can't tell whether she's correct or not. She might be correct. So this question is not yes or no. This one is can't tell. You understand me or not? If let's say the number of students in school B is the same as school A, right? Then French definitely more, right? But right now, you just have to say can't tell whether she is correct or not because the number of students school B is not known. That's it. Yeah. You understand?
Yes.
So the short answer is can't tell whether she is correct or not because the number of students in school B is not known. Understand? Short and sweet. Okay? Next. Okay, good. So let's finish this question, then we can have a short break. The graph shows the amount of petrol in the fuel tank of So start with what? 50 liter. Okay? So of course you need to know how to read this one. So this is what? One unit is how much? 1 unit is 1, is it?
1 unit is 10.
No lah, I'm talking about the small one, this one.
Yeah, 1.
1, right? So here is 这个是 7 or what? So this one is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is 8, right? 是吗? Okay, good. So use up 42. Then how much did he spend filling up the tank? Okay, so Anthony stopped once. Okay, he paid little. So 60. So come back to 60. Okay, filling up. Okay, 52 times this. Okay, good. So this one is money matter, is quite good. Okay, this one comes to a discount. So the data set was sold at this after 20% discount. Yep, so you divide by the 80 times. Okay, good. So discount 1, discount 2. During a clearance sale, the original price is 50 inch and she was sold at discount. So 70% followed by okay, good. Okay, so we talk about this 5% additional the other time. Remember?
Yes.
So yeah, good that you remember. Okay, so hopefully you apply this. I call this, since you remember certain thing and you don't remember that negative number must put a bracket. So hopefully you apply this same practice of remembering things to that for negative numbers. Negative numbers bracket, negative numbers bracket. Simple. Okay, so we can take a break now.